Hi guys and welcome to another video. I thought I might do something quite different from my usual kind of videos, and today we're gonna look at the new Netflix series called Indian Matchmaking. Now for all those who don't know what Indian Matchmaking is about, it's about this series following a person who is like a matchmaker between two people. So she's like the middleman who makes the two people meet, and it's all about arranged marriages and stuff like that. And the series follows like 3 or 4 people, and on the basis of that it just continues. So now since that this series has gone so viral, I thought that I'll just make a video on it, giving my thoughts, my in-depth analysis of what I actually thought about the first episode itself. So this will be an episodic series and I'll keep on going through each of the episodes, and if you like my analysis, please do share and like and put it in the comment section below if you want a second part as well, and I'll gladly do it. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. Now here we have Seema. Seema is the person who is the matchmaker in all this. Now she has her own attributes, I guess, but the one thing which is very common in Seema's case is everything is difficult for her. This is what I've observed. Every kind of request a person has, all her reply is, this is very hard for me, this is very challenging for me.
I will have to work hard to find someone. So I think it's a very tough job for me to manage. It will be difficult for me. It will be difficult. I just have to work hard to find someone.
And stuff like that. Now we'll not delve into Seema a lot because she is the main protagonist, so she is gonna be in every episode as well. So we'll focus more on the other characters. So let's just get started with the video.
अपने को स्मार्ट आउटगोइंग
राइट
हाइट भी अपने को शायद 5'3"
5'3" से नीचे मैं देख ही नहीं रही हूँ. मुझे लड़की में प्रॉब्लम ये है कि द गर्ल हैज टू बी बिट फ्लेक्सिबल.
Okay, what does that mean? This is the introduction of the first episode. Okay, what does being flexible mean? And why is the mom concerned with that? I would still understand if the guy actually says that, if the girl is flexible, like Seema auntie would know what she means, right? But why does the mom care about how flexible the girl is? Maybe she meant in the way that, okay, she is able to accustom to anything, but it's just a weird statement without context, you know? And I don't know what is this obsession. Now there's one thing, if you don't know about me, is I don't like arranged marriages. Like in my case, what I feel is, what I theorize is that anybody who's like your soulmate, who is your deserving soulmate, it's like they will eventually come in your life at some point of time. It's not like you have to consistently look for them, or you have to look at like a product, or like if you're buying a phone, it's not like that. So there's a difference between getting a soulmate and arranged marriages, which I don't feel like arranged marriages totally buy that concept. But yeah, that's what I think. So when they say, now here we can see a perfect example of that. She's like, I don't want a girl who's 5'3". Why? Don't girls who are 5'3" have nice personalities? Like how is that any kind of logical? I would say it's not at all logical. Like if a girl is short, then I'm sorry, she's not fit for my son. And this is the motherly attitude. Now most of the guys, at least what I have seen, is that usually there are these 2 guys. This is just the introduction and the other one is going to come later on, and these guys are like the mama's boy kind of guy. Now in the sense their mom is very controlling about their life. This is another thing I hate about this, is like they are not able to make any decision. It's like their mothers want to make the decision for them.
And I know अक्षय वैसे लड़की को पसंद कर लेगा.
Like here also we can see his mother is like, I will know what is best for my son. No madam, you won't. Your son would know what's best for him, because he is also a human in himself. So stop this helicopter parenting kind of shit and stop watching over them. I think your kid is capable enough to actually do things on their own.
So Akshay, how are you?
Okay, Akshay looks like he was just forced to break up with his girlfriend from 4 years ago. So like it's like his mother is so fucking strict, and he has been bawling his eyes out, and then they're like, Akshay utho, shoot karna, and then he's just like washing up his face and he's like, यार मेरी बंदी तो चली गई यार, शादी करा रहे हैं. And it's so fucking sad. You can see the sadness in his eyes. Like either he was sleeping or he was crying. There's no other thing he must be doing to have that kind of face. Okay, Seema auntie, so please tell us, what do Indian families look for?
They want tall, they want fair, they want from a good family.
They want everything.
In India, we have to see the caste, we have to see the height, we have to see the age. If the boy is 6 feet, they want at least 5'5".
Okay.
They're saying, I want slim, tall and beautiful, but with a good nature. From a good family, good education.
Basically, they want to see anything except the person's personality. All that matters is what features do they have, what kind of caste do they belong to, what heights do they have, and well, to be honest, that doesn't matter. It just matters who you vibe with and who you connect with. I think that should isn't that the only thing that should matter? How are these things defying anything? Now another thing Indian families look for is हॉरोस्कोप. नाउ अगर तुम्हारी कुंडली मैच नहीं हो रही, आई एम सॉरी माई सन, बंदी जितनी भी परफेक्ट हो तुम्हारी शादी नहीं होगी, बिकॉज ऑब्वियसली द प्रेजेंट डजंट मैटर, द फ्यूचर डज. टू मोस्ट इंडियन फैमिलीज वी ऑलवेज लिव इन द फ्यूचर, एंड हियर वी कैन सी अ perfect example where the pandit ji says what
95% of the people they match horoscopes.
दूसरा सबसे बड़ा मेजर चीज है कि हाउ इज वेरी गुड इन द बेड, सेक्स लाइफ.
पंडित जी काफी खुश हो रहे हैं. लाइक डू यू सी द स्मर्क ही डिड इन द एंड, लाइक and Seema auntie is like so fucking uncomfortable. I'm quite enjoying this series, not gonna lie. Like this is like my second time watching this episode as well while I'm recording, and well, I'm still entertained. And here we have Aparna. So Aparna is like this very strict, stubborn kid who is very precise about what she wants in the significant other, I would say. But the thing is, she is not ready to compromise at all. Of course, the other person should compromise for her, but when it comes to herself, dude, she's perfect. Why would she need to compromise? The other person is the one with the problem, and she is really adamant on her requirement. Even though she says she'll be ready to change, I hardly doubt she will. And I feel like she has been like rewired to think this way, if that makes any sense. Like, to be honest, I feel like the people's connection matters more than the features. So she has certain attributes which she feels like should be there in a person. If they aren't there, and trust me, these attributes are something which are there in every single person, no matter how. But still, let's see what kind of attributes she's looking at. But before that, let's see what Seema auntie says.
If the females are lawyers in India, people are scared.
Okay.
Why are people scared if the female girl is a lawyer? Like, can't they be a lawyer? Like, what the hell? But of course they might be scared that if they end up divorcing, the girl might charge them with asking for dowry or something like that. So better not ask for dowry. It's a bad thing, man. Please stop it. We are in the 21st century. Followed by a really weird dead silence, which you would see continuing on in the series whenever somebody is uncomfortable. And here we see what Aparna's criteria is. Yeah, right here. This is magic, you know. So here we can see the first thing is Indian American or North Indian descendant. Okay, fine, I guess that's not the funniest guy in the room. Now Aparna has a huge problem with people having a sense of humor, because apparently she has dated guys in the past who have been funny or considered funny, and well, it didn't end well. Well, Aparna, let me tell you, not every guy who's funny would be bad for you. I mean, sense of humor is a very normal thing to have for a guy. Like, why can't they be funny? And since I'm targeting this right now, you'll see why I'm targeting this as we go on in the future. Should know about Bolivia salt flats. No, apparently Aparna loves to travel, and he should also be intrigued in that. So as well, okay, fine, passions outside work, active father, no lawyers. Why? According to her, it's like we cannot be having the same goal. How is that a fucking preference for marriage? Like, you're looking for the person. How does this profession or what he's trying to pursue, his dreams or whatever, like, how do they matter? Imagine if you actually get married and then the person believes like, oh my god, I love your job so much, even I want to become a lawyer. You like fucking divorce him for that, even though he's the perfect guy for you. Like, how does the profession matter? Anywhere you can see in this video, Aparna would never be like, okay, I'll adjust to it. She'll be like, okay, it's negotiable, in the sense that, bitch, I'm not gonna listen to you, you're gonna listen to me, and we'll talk about that later. That's what she means when she says it's negotiable. But trust me, she's never gonna listen. Then we have Pradhuman. Now, Pradhuman is very, I would say, strongly portrayed, I guess, by the series itself as this very perfect guy, I would say. Now, he is good looking, he is rich, and he is well mannered, he is a family guy as well, and well, everything you would look for in a guy. But then, why is Pradhuman not getting a girl? That's the big question. Because, well, Pradhuman is a fuckboy. Like, I would like to generalize it, so I'm just gonna say alleged fuckboy, because the way he talks about himself or the way his criteria is. So basically, Pradhuman has just one criteria for a girl: she should be attractive, and that's the reason why Pradhuman has basically rejected all the girls he has found till now. Because the personality doesn't matter, the nature doesn't matter. All Pradhuman cares about is how fucking hot she is. Let's see the video itself.
It would be nice to have a partner, but I'm not sure if I want to get married at this point of time.
Okay, here we can see the first problem. It's like Pradhuman doesn't even want to marry, but just because his mom says so or his family says so, this guy has to fucking marry. You can see he's not interested at all, but it's like everybody's forcing me, dude, this is the right time to get married. Why the fuck aren't you married? And he's like, yeah, well, you know, like if the perfect girl comes, I'm gonna. But then he's like removing every single girl from the picture, because I don't think he wants to marry as of now.
और सबको भी बहुत ईगरनेस है, इवन हमको नहीं, हमारी पूरी फैमिली को.
How does it matter कि पूरी फैमिली को eagerness हो? Like I don't get it. Like मेरे चाचा जी आके कह रहे हैं, हाँ उसकी शादी नहीं हुई यार, हम बहुत eager है. Fucking live your own life, man. Why the fuck are you ruining mine? भाई अपने काम से काम रखो. How does it matter कि if I'm married or not? How is that changing your life? But that's like Indian relatives everywhere. They want to interfere in your life at all. There are like two positions where Indian families, outer Indian families, would interfere in your life. First is board के marks and second is marriage. इन दो चीज़ों में actually third बच्चे भी होंगे, but come on man, please stop all this.
क्योंकि अब हो गया, टाइम भी हो गया. इस चीज के लिए मैं हमेशा ये बहुत जरूर बोलती हूँ कि सब चीज समय पे होनी चाहिए.
आंटी कह रही टाइम भी हो गया है. Like I don't know who determined कि this is the time to get married. Like is there a specific record in the law book or something कि इस time पे शादी नहीं करी तो भाई खत्म, भाई तुम्हारी जिंदगी खत्म. Like why is there a specific time for this? For the people who are viewing this, trust me, you can get married at any time, any age. It doesn't matter, and it doesn't matter what other people think about you or what your family member think you should do. You should do what you want to do, which in this case is he doesn't want to marry. So let's see how this goes.
Okay, so the next dish is peri peri fox nuts, and we have added some gold to add the glitter to the event. Feel the dragon breath.
Now, just to portray Pradhuman as this guy, I'm sure the series must have like just delved in a little bit, and by little bit I mean a lot, because apparently he is a fucking master chef. Pradhuman brings out nitrogen infused fox nuts, obviously covered with gold. Okay, I get it, homie, that you're rich, but trust me, nobody has fucking nitrogen lying around. Any of my rich friends as well, or any rich person, I don't think even Ambanis would have fucking nitrogen roaming around in their house to cook food with. So I don't, even though you're talented, you could just make a normal dish. Why did they have to like portray this much of skill in him? He's like a fuckboy who's also a mama's boy, but he cannot leave his fuckboy roots exactly, but also has to listen to his mama. So you see the dilemma there. Then we have Nadia. Now Nadia is like, if I would say, the series opposite of Pradhuman. While Pradhuman is this fuckboy kind of guy who's like not at all interested, he just wants to live his life, he just wants to party, and he is very stiff, I would say. Like he's not at all ready. Whereas Nadia is like, fuck it man, I just want to meet a person, and if they have the basic skills, I won't mind marrying. And here we have Nadia's criteria. Now Nadia's criteria is very simple. It's tall, passionate, ambitious, smart, funny. It's like everything I put in my fucking resume. So she knows this is not anything serious, and it's like somebody might have this, somebody might not, but it's like something everybody does have to some extent. And this is what makes me feel like Nadia is very pure about all this. She's very frank about everything, and according to me, out of all the people I've seen on this episode 1, Nadia is actually the best person out of these, because she actually wants to meet a person to eventually understand if she can get along, rather than just being very specific about, oh my god, if he has like 11 fingers only, then I'll be interested in him, but if he has like 10 fingers, that's no go for me, even though if he's the best person ever. No. And I'm like, come on man, be like Nadia. And then we see Nadia's aunt making the best point ever in this episode.
I would think people, when they think arranged marriages, maybe they think someone's being forced into it. That's the first thing that comes to mind.
And that does happen. Like what the aunt said was that people are being forced into marriage, and I've seen that happening. Even most of my friends, if a topic of marriage arises, they're like, इसकी मम्मी तो करा ही देगी, मुझे पता है, और इसको करनी है, वो तो नहीं पता, but इसकी मम्मी तो करा देगी. अरे पर इसको तो करनी नहीं, so why the fuck are they being forced to marry? It's like so fucking weird. I don't like this at all. Thankfully my parents are not that way, and to be honest, if you want to marry, only then you should, but if you don't, well, you know the deal. Okay, so apparently this is the most auntie wali line, I would say, which Seema said in the entire series, which is,
There is a very important role that a lady being a matchmaker, I think as my kids, like I think Aparna is my daughter or younger sister.
मेरे बच्चे जैसे हैं. Even you go to your tuition teacher, मैं तो इनको अपने बच्चों जैसे पढ़ाती हूँ. स्कूल की टीचर बच्चे जैसे करते हैं. It's like the most generic auntie thing at all, and I think Nadia would agree with this, as we see.
I mean, I feel like you're like my aunt who's just like looking out for me.
So you can see that whatever I think is eventually what is kind of happening. So I guess my observation was right. Hit like if you want a second video. Please do. Okay, now we have the biggest villain, I would say, in episode 1, and that would be Aparna's mom. And there are multiple reasons why. So Aparna's mom is somebody who's very success driven, I would say, but that makes her force her children into doing stuff that either she has not achieved in her life or she wants them to achieve. And that's the main thing which I see here. There's like a kind of pattern which I see, which is that Aparna's mom actually sees herself in Aparna. So she is in that kind of mindset that the things I wasn't able to do, I'll make my daughter do. Basically living your dream through someone else's body, which I don't really like, because that's like thinking that the other person does not have their own personality. And we'll see some kind of examples here and there. So the first one would be that she made sure, the first thing she told her children, who were like 4 or 6 years old if I'm not wrong, she said that मेरी बेइज्जती मत कराना society में. I'm like, who the fuck says that, man? They're fucking children, how would they know? And then she's like very stubborn on the fact कि मुझे 3 degree चाहिए, I want 3 fucking degrees. Why? What if the child just wants to be a YouTube influencer for sort, or work in a Netflix series? Like, is that a problem? Like, why is that a problem? So you can see the pattern where Aparna's mom has already pre-decided what kind of daughter she wants, and she's like molding Aparna into that kind of phase. And that's why I think Aparna is like the way she is, and she might be able to change, as we'll see in the future episodes. So Seema asks Aparna's mom what she thinks will be the ideal guy, and this is what she says.
What does her mother want? To see them
The
happy?
happiness of the children. That's all.
That is all I want.
Well, she says that that is all I want, but she slowly follows it up with the fact that he should be rich. क्यों मैडम, अगर आपकी बेटी किसी गरीब आदमी के साथ हैप्पी है, so shouldn't her happiness matter more? Like, would you prefer a guy your daughter is happy with but not earning as much? Or would you prefer a guy your daughter is not at all happy with but he is earning quite well? Like, I think it's very clear which guy you should go for. But as we see here, her thoughts and processes have actually driven Aparna to think that way, and we'll see that in the future episode. But here we are, Seema showing Aparna one of the matches, and you would now understand why Aparna is so stubborn and what happens.
This one loves to go snowboarding.
He seems to like the outdoors.
Yes.
I do not like the outdoors.
So Aparna sees the first guy, and he's a traveler, he's 6'2" in height, looks alright to me. So what's the problem? Well, the problem is,
I liked him, his profile, very nice person who understands sense of humor.
Oh.
You know how I hate comedy.
he has a sense of humor. Don't you just hate it when a guy has a sense of humor? I'm like, what the fuck, this asshole, man, how can he have a sense of humor? Like, that's so fucking demeaning, having a sense of humor. I'm being fucking sarcastic, by the way, if you didn't notice already. But yeah, like, how is that a very bad point? Like, she creates such a huge drama on the fact that, oh my god, how dare he have a sense of humor? Like, that's so fucking weird. And again, we see another thing, which is Aparna hates outdoors. So what, do you want a very serious guy who just stays in his room all day? Then how do you fucking expect him to work? Do you want him to work from home? Actually, in quarantine, well, that would actually make sense. But still, man, these are such unrealistic facts. Like, you don't want him to go outdoors because you hate it, and obviously you won't adjust to it. And then you don't want him to be funny as well. Banda kya kare bhai? Aparna also states in the video that she is not picky, but as we can see here, she is the most picky out of all the people we have seen. Even though Pradhuman is like very stubborn about the kind of girl he wants, at least he just rejects them before, and he's like looking for just one thing. Aparna is like, मुझे ये भी चाहिए, ये भी चाहिए, ये भी चाहिए, ये भी चाहिए, और ये सब नहीं हुआ तो मैं उनकी भाई निकाल दूँ, इनको निकाल दूँ, please get out of here. So guys, this was my analysis, deep depth analysis of the first video itself. If you thought that what I said made any sense, or if you found something fruitful out of all this, trust me, it took a lot of time into making all this. So please do leave a like and do leave a comment below stating if you want to see another episode of this. Trust me, episode 2 is really fucking interesting, so I would like to make a video on it. Let me know what you think of it. I already have the notes ready, and with that being said, I'll see you later.